Okay, I welcome everyone to the briefing concerning Fafcom. Everything concerning Fafcom and that is Food South Africa community. If you have not known anything about Fafcom before, Elizabeth, can you hear me? Elizabeth, you can unmute yourself if you can hear me. So, I scheduled to run this particular presentation by 8:30. People that did not participate, you can follow up. I will drop a recording of the video. The stream is already on record. Then after you might have watched the series from beginning to the end, you can then ask questions. You can then ask questions as regards to maybe in your group, in your respective group, any group that you belong, if it's any of the Fafcom Angel or any group that you belong, just ask question in that group. Someone is going to respond to you accordingly. So what you just have to do is to follow this series as we explain everything concerning Fafcom. Fafcom stands for Foodstuff Africa Community. And we're going to break everything down from the scratch, starting from the foundation, because you have to understand the foundation, not just that you understand the meaning of Fafcom, but you understand the foundation on which Fafcom is built. Then I'm going to start with normally investments, because any person, everyone, let's say take Nigeria for instance, is looking for where can I invest my money. Since we started this, we have been running most trainings on WhatsApp, and a lot of people are asking questions, even from time immemorial. Once you start getting money, maybe you are a salary earner, the question is, where can I invest this money such that even if I am not working, that particular money is yielding capital, is yielding more money for me when I am not actually working. So, and if you come to the world of investment, a lot of things have happened in the world of investment. Many persons on course of looking for where to invest their money have lost their hard-earned money. Some people, even the real estate people are talking about, they want to buy land. They end up buying government land or a kind of a property, distressed property that is in case, a property that is in case. I don't know what they call it in real estate. And they end up losing their hard-earned money. So some people have even chosen they want to invest in the online space and they end up losing their money. So many people have even said that anything concerning investment, they're not going to do again. But the problem lies in not understanding how investment works, and what that is what we want to break down for you. Once you understand how investment works, understanding Fafcom will be easier for you. So we don't just want to present Fafcom for you, but we want to describe the foundation on top which Fafcom is built. That's why I said you have to take your time and learn. And once you learn this structure, it's going to help you in a long way. So concerning investment, one thing about investment is this, and you have to note this before making a mistake. Any investment that has a fixed ROI, what we call ROI in investment is return on investment. Return on investment, that is ROI. So if you want to invest your money and they tell you that every month they are going to pay you this so amount of money, that investment is not, or definitely 90%, it might not be sustainable. It might not be sustainable. Most investment like that will fail. If they tell you that if you invest 100,000 every month, you are going to be earning, every single month you are going to be earning 30,000 or even 10,000 naira every single month, that investment might not be sustainable. Let me not say it is not going to be sustainable, but it might not be sustainable. And that is where people make mistake for the first time. If I invest 10,000 naira, how much will I earn at the end of the month? How much will I earn every day? Once they tell you how much you're going to earn every day, that investment is usually a pyramid scheme or a Ponzi model, but people don't understand. And I'm going to explain it to you for you to understand the reason. If you are running a business, let's say you are selling building materials, and somebody tells you, I want to invest 1 million naira in your business. How much will you be returning to me every month? You know, it is very, very hard to answer that question because you cannot determine the market. You can end up after buying building materials with even 1 million naira. It's not going to, you might not make it instantly because the market is always dynamic. Market changes. And that's the one thing you should understand. And let's even bring it up to a higher level. Even if you have 1 billion naira now and you meet Dangote and you tell Dangote, I want to invest 1 billion in your business. How much will you be paying me every month? Dangote will laugh at you. I will laugh and tell you, okay, since you have 1 billion, 1 billion is good amount of money, but we don't do that here. What Dangote can just tell you is you can go and buy our shares. You can buy Dangote cement shares. You can buy Dangote sugar shares. You can buy the shares. And when you buy the shares of the company, when the company starts making money, they can give you a part of the profit, but it is not defined. They cannot tell you that every month they are going to pay you this amount of money. It is not done. But most people make mistake. Most people make mistake in the aspect of investment. You are looking for investment where you will put 10,000 and every day they are paying. Even bank cannot just guarantee you return on investment that way. Do you know that if you invest your money in bank, let's say you save your money in the bank, and they say they are going to be paying you percentage, like let's say 20%. Like if you go to OPay now or you go to PalmPay, they say that if you save your money, they're going to pay you 20% in 1 year, which means that if you invest 10 million naira in the bank, at the end of the year, that 10 million is going to yield up to almost 11 point something million for you. 11 point something million, like you are earning extra 1 point something million. That is up to 20% in a year. Now, watch. Go to that same OPay that promises you a return of almost 1 million naira for depositing 10 million naira and tell them that you want to borrow money, that you want to borrow 10 million naira and you want to use it for 1 year and check their interest rate. Let me just share you my personal experience. If I want to borrow 20,000 naira from OPay, if I borrow 20,000 naira, at the end of the month, you're going to repay 25,000 naira. But if you save 20,000 naira, if you save 20,000 naira in OPay, at the end of the month, you're going to earn 600 naira. 600, you saved it and what you earned is 600. But if you borrow, what you're going to pay is 5,000 naira extra for you to understand the game that is being played there. There's a kind of game that is being played here, and you have to understand the game. Is to tell you that all those financial systems, even though bank is sustainable, but they work on what is called pyramid level. They collect your money, use your money to do business. And when they use your money to do business, what they return to you is very, very small compared to what they get in business. So, but at least it's a sustainable investment. You know that if you save 20,000 naira in OPay, at the end of the month, you can earn 600 naira. But you have to understand how are they making the money? How are they generating the money? But a lot of people don't know. So where you might make mistake on investment is without knowing how your money is being spent. A lot of people have told me, okay, but crypto is working. This one. I say, go to crypto or even go to ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT, if I invest 1 million naira in crypto, what is the probability that I'm going to lose my money? You're going to get like 60% probability that if you invest 1 million naira in crypto, it's going to disappear. You're going to lose it. Forget about all those things they post online. I generated this one in crypto. Forget about all those things. We are talking about reality. So you have to learn how investment works. If you invest your money, how does it work? So what we are talking in this particular community, we are actually promoting community shares. Like I have described to you, if you want to invest in Dangote company, Dangote is going to just tell you, go and buy our shares. Dangote cannot collect your money with his hand and say he wants to do business and tomorrow he will return. It's not possible. He can't do that because you understand the rule of the game. Collecting money from people is very risky. The only smart way you can collect money from people as regards to investment is through shares. But most people don't understand this. They just move, okay, how much are you going to pay me? You carry your money, deposit in a person's account because the person promises going to pay you. After you will cry because definitely the person will run away with your money. So you have to understand the structure of investment. And one of the safest investment that works is shares. And let me describe it for you, why it works. Whenever you want to invest your money, there are three considerations you need to take into account. Number one consideration is ownership. If I put this money here, what do I own? When I invest my money here, what do I own? What is the thing that I'm holding in hand in exchange of that investment? For instance, if you want to invest in real estate and you carry your money and put there, what are you going to get? You're going to get a plot of land, 2 plots of land, or you're going to get a house. Maybe you bought a house, or they're going to build a house for you. That is in exchange of your money. What do you own? What is the ownership there? That one is physical investment too. We now have about digital investment. When you invest your money in an online system, what do you own? Mostly is shares. But let's say in the world of crypto, you get coins. That is your ownership that you get by investing your money. Now, that thing you own, the second consideration, control. What level of control do you have in that? If you buy a plot of land, they will give you documents that you now own the land. So it means you can go to the land and cultivate it. You can use the land to build a house. You can make use of the land to do anything you want because you now have 100% control on it. So whenever you invest money now and they give you something that you own, what is the level of control you have in that? And that brings us to shares. If you buy shares, let's say you buy Dangote shares now, what is the level of control you have in that shares that you have bought? Number one thing there is that Dangote, their company, they have already liaised with the government about the number of shares that they have issued. So which means that if you buy those shares, you just keep it. You just keep it with a broker. You have what is called CS account or brokerage account. You keep it there. And any year that Dangote generates profit, they are going to share some part of that profit with all the shareholders, all the people that have bought their shares. So if you have 1 million shares of Dangote and they are sharing 1 naira per share as dividend, whatever profit they generate, they will give you 1 naira per share. That is, you're going to get 1 million naira if you have 1 million Dangote shares. That is how it operates. But Dangote cannot promise you that every year he is going to be paying you 2 naira per share. It is not done. It is based on what they have generated in their profit for the year. So that is where some people, I call them poor people. If I see any person talking about, I just classify you as a poor person. Poverty does not mean not having money. Poverty means that you lack the spiritual control of money, or you lack the spiritual control of wealth. You can see a person. There's one man that contacted me and he was telling me that him and his wife lost 1.7 million in an investment. I said, what is the investment? They said it's one crypto investment. They say that they're going to be paying them this thing in a month. I told the man, do you know it's your fault? If I say that you are a fool in this kind of condition, it's not that I'm trying to sound so harsh, but you are the fool. You are being fooled. How can you carry a 1.7 million and give to a person because the person say he'll be trading for you and giving you profits? How? What do you own? What is the evidence that he's going to be paying you anything in return? You don't have any evidence that you just gave your money just like that. This is consideration is what people don't put in place. At least if it is coin that you bought, I will even know that maybe this coin tomorrow it might rise in price and you sell it. But this one, you did not buy anything. You just carry your money and give a person that the person promised you that he will be trading for you. How? On what ground? That's where some people make mistake. So that's why I'm listing these considerations. What do you own? What is the level of control you have in that thing that you own? So in this kind of case, when you buy shares now, Dangote actually controls the profit that comes to you because he will do business first, do meeting with his staff members, or the executive of the company. Any profit they generate, they share it with all the shareholders. That is the control there. So you have the shares, you can access the shares, but the profit that comes to you, you don't determine it. It's when Dangote all the owners of the share. If it's the First Bank, it's going First Bank have done business. If it's Access Bank share that you have, it's going Access Bank have done their business. Then another consideration, which is the last consideration, is the abundance, the financial abundance. How does the money come to you when you have invested? How do you get the money? What is the mathematical or the path through which money comes to you? Let's come back to shares, because shares is what we are describing here. If you have bought any shares, like company shares, like let me be using that Dangote shares. If you have bought Dangote shares now and you want to know how you make money, number one is capital gain. Capital gain is the shares that you have bought. Other people are buying shares, and as more people buy shares, the price of the shares increases. So you might have bought Dangote shares at 150 naira. Maybe if the price increases to 200 naira and you sell it, you are at a profit. So that is capital gain. When you sell your share at a higher price, it's called capital gain. And that one is the one I have described, the dividend. Once in a year, the company that you have bought their shares will do meeting. A part of the profits, they share it with all the shareholders, and you get your own in according to the number of shares that you have. So let's say, like Dangote, I think Dangote have up to 20-something billion shares. So if you have a 500,000 shares of Dangote, and Dangote is sharing 22 naira per share, we are going to get 1 million naira. If it's 1 naira per share, we're going to get 500,000 naira. That is called dividend that you earn on your shares, and that is how it operates. You get it? So that's the whole thing there. Dividend and capital gain when you have invested. If you have invested in real estate, let's say you bought a house, how does money come to you? Through rent. People are going to rent the house for you to get a return on your house, the house you have bought. If it's the land that you buy, you can wait. If the price of the land increases, you sell it. That is called capital gain. So most investments, how you get your return is either through capital gain or recurring income. Let's say you know that you can lease your land, and people will rent it, or people will use your land and cultivate, and every year they will be paying you some percentage of money because they are using your land. You can use it to build a shop, and people will be paying you every month because they are using your shop. That's just how you get returns on investment. Any other kind of thing that they promise you on investment is a potential Ponzi or scam. But people don't understand these things. So I'm just breaking it down for you to understand how investment works. Now, having understood these simple things now, let me come to Fafcom, because we are here for Fafcom. And for you to understand Fafcom, there is another top type of share called community shares. I'm going to describe this community share for you to understand the difference between community shares and company shares. When it comes to community shares, there is nothing that concerns government there. If Dangote wants to raise money, we go to government and they will issue share for him, and people are going to buy the share. That is called company shares. The company is registered in Nigeria. They have a company secretary, they have company lawyer, they have accountants, all those things. But in community shares is like Ajo, Esusu, or those contribution, daily contribution. That is community shares. Government is not actually involved. It's just based on agreement of people to run a particular project. A group of people can gather, contribute 5,000 naira, contribute 1 million, contribute to 200,000, and they are going to be running business. Any profit they generate, they share it among all the people that contributed that money. That is called community shares. It's very simple. Then the difference between company shares and community shares is that, in community, there's no central person, there's no person in control. So if me and you, and let's say we are 5 in numbers, we are doing business, you cannot just allow me to be holding the money for complete 1 year. Who you trust? Immediately we generate a profit. It's either we share the money or we reinvest the money inside our business, and everybody should be accountable. That is you for community shares. If you are doing ajo, all the people that are contributing in that ajo, they must be known, because if anything happens, somebody will run away with the money. So that's just the only risk involved in community shares, because there is no central control. Everybody must be careful, and you are going to be contributing your own quota in order to move the community. That is about community shares. And one example of community shares is, for instance, if 3 persons, let me just use 10 persons, can gather, contribute up to even 5 million, and they will buy a house. When they buy a house, it can be a guest apartment. Like during this Christmas now, if you go to Lagos, people that are coming from abroad are going to be renting guest house, apartment, sometimes in a day, 50,000, 100,000, depending on the quality of that apartment. And if 10 of you now in within that Christmas season, you're able to make up to 20 million. That 20 million automatically you have to share it now. Share it among those 10 persons. They collect their money, their profit. And the house is still there. Even during Easter, you can still run it. That is an example of community shares. So as the money is coming in, you are sharing it immediately. So this is just normal physical community shares that we know. But most of these community shares have not been digitalized. But now, community shares have been digitalized. There's a platform called Cable where you can contribute money and they use it to buy a house. And every month they are paying you rent from that house. It's called Cable. They are doing community shares. Coming to Fafcom is the same thing they are doing. Fafcom stands for Foodstuff Africa Community. It's a community whereby people are engaging in foodstuff transactions. You see distributors that are selling foodstuff, suppliers, and the rest. They are doing business inside Fafcom. And inside that Fafcom, you can be a shareholder, buy the shares of the community. And every time the community makes profit, you get a part of the profit as dividend. That's just how it works. So if the community makes 10 naira, automatically that 10 naira is going to be shared to all the shareholders. If the community makes 500 naira, automatically, like as it is making it, it is being shared. Once it generates money, it doesn't even wait anywhere. It will automatically be shared. And that is a Fafcom. So if you join Fafcom now, you register. And when you register, you become, just like if you want to join a meeting, you have to follow a process. A guarantor in Fafcom is called validator. Validator is going to be the person to generate an account number for you. You pay a fee. That fee that you pay that money to a validator. You are not paying into any company account or any business. Pay to a validator. That validator will create account for you. And once that validator create account for you, the money will be collected from that validator's account. If I'm the one that create account for you, they are going to collect money from my own account because I'm the person that is standing in for you to come into Fafcom. Just like the same way if you want to join meeting or join a particular community, that is how it works. So once you have done your registration, then you go about with your buying of shares. And when you buy shares, and let's say you invest in any of the food stuff, every day you claim a dividend. Now the question comes, I've taken my time to describe. If I buy 100,000 shares, how much will I be claiming every day? Any person that asks this question, I know that the person does not understand the investment. You do not even understand anything about investment because investment that comes with fixed ROI, I'm telling you, is a potential scam. No person can tell you that every day. Can you determine the market? Just like I'm telling you now that if Fafcom generates 10 naira, that 10 naira will be shared to all the shareholders. All the shareholders will get their own share. How will I know that today Fafcom will generate 500 naira? Who will know? If you go to market in your business, how will you know that that day you're going to get a customer that will buy goods worth 1 million in your shop? You can't tell. Everything depends on faith and you showing up. So since you are coming to shop every day, one day, person will come to your shop and buy goods, but you don't know the day. That is how nature works. Nature just says, show up and you see what you want. So the same thing, but everything has a strategy. So once you come into Fafcom, you buy the shares, every day you claim your dividend, follow the process. What do you want to do? If you want to be a validator in Fafcom, you create account for people, you earn commissions. If you want to be an investor, you invest. There are what is called virtual farming. It does not only stop in you buying shares and claiming dividend. You can also participate in virtual farming, where it is not just like normal farming, but it has its own steps. So for people that once you register, you see all this in practically. It's not hard. It's very simple. You're not doing any kind of sophisticated trading. And that is how it operates as an investor. So there are distributors. If you are the person that sells food stuff, you list your business there and connect with people. If you are a supplier, you list your business there and connect with people. Do your business there. Just perform your own role, and you get your result, the income you are looking for. And if any person asks me, okay, if I invest $100 in this business, can I make up to 1 million? I will tell you yes. You can even make up to 20 million. The thing is, what role are you playing? If you go to my account, what I have in my account now, the number of shares I have is up to 2.something million shares. A person that I have trained have bought up to 5 million shares. So if the person becomes richer than me tomorrow, it is possible. Why? Because the person is playing his own game. I'm playing my own game. Most times I work as a validator. Honestly, that's what I do. Most of the Fafcom angels here, like I said, we are running a challenge. We are running a challenge. Which challenge are you running? You are running it because I am working as a validator. I help people to create accounts. How do I make my money? Commissions. How do I make my money? Social capital. How do I know I earn commissions. If you're participating in virtual farming as a person I created account for, I'm getting the commissions every day. That's how I earn my own commissions. I focus on what I'm doing. If you're an investor, you do your own. You focus on it and you get what you want. The only thing is that any person that tells you that if you join this Fafcom, every day you'll be making this amount of money, is that person is a scammer. He's deceiving you. There is no investment that has this ROI. Even if you want to invest in Tesla. In fact, Tesla does not even pay dividend. If you invest your money in Tesla now, as a Elon Musk company, they are not even going to pay you 1 naira because they are going somewhere that is very far. They started almost 10 years ago and they are still working on their project. So you just invested their money for a long time. So you have to understand, how does this investment work? How do I make money? And what is the level of control? What do you own? Once you understand all these basic things, Fafcom is very easy for you to understand. It's very simple. So these are just the basics for you to understand. The theory, the practical is very simple. Create account, do this one, buy shares, something that you can learn in a day and you can run it by yourself. So that is the essence of Fafcom. So if you have listened to me and you have questions, you can unmute yourself and ask questions. This is on recording. So you can ask questions as regards to this presentation I've done, this briefing I've done. You can just unmute yourself. Once you unmute yourself, you can ask question. Or if you can't unmute yourself, I can mute you. You can raise up your hand. I think there's some part where you can raise up your hand. I think. Okay. Or you can speak. Deborah. Deborah, you can speak now. Just unmute yourself. Click on unmute and you can talk. There's a center button in your this thing.
All right. My question is there a portal for this registration where someone can just go online, register, just like as if you are doing online registration? Is there a portal for it?
Okay, I got your question. Right, yes, there is a portal, but if you go there, you cannot just go there and create account. If you go to www.foodstuff.africa, you can see join community. But if you click on that join community, they are going to tell you what is your Fafcom account number. That's why I said if you want to create account, you are going to pay a validator. That validator is going to generate Fafcom account number for you. What did you
All
say?
right.
So www.foodstuff.africa, foodstuff.africa. That is the link. Once you go there and you click join community, they're going to say, what is your Fafcom account number? That's where you are going to pay a validator to generate Fafcom account number for you. And once Fafcom account number is generated for you, you can carry that account number and use it to complete your registration. Like I said, that validator is just like your guarantor, in Fafcom.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Okay. Shegun, you can talk. Well, I think you're having a network problem. Shegun Adesoji, you can talk now. I've unmuted you. Just click on unmute and you can talk. If if any other person wants to talk, you can talk because I think Shegun is having network problem, network issues. If any other person wants to talk, just raise up your hand and you can talk. Ask your questions. So for all the Fafcom angels here, just you can share the video. This is just the first briefing. We'll be having meeting. We have meetings on Sundays and Thursdays. Sundays and Thursdays. That's why we have meetings. So, but if any person did not, okay, is Shegun Shegun, did you on video call? You open video call. You open his camera. Once you are Fafcom manager, what you have to do, you share this video to them. You have understood the basics of everything. Hey, that reminds me. If you go to social media and you see any person maybe promoting Fafcom, that person is just a validator. And where you can get direct information, everything that concerning Fafcom, go to www.blog.foodstuff.africa. You know, the main site is foodstuff.africa. But if you go to www.blog.foodstuff.africa, you get every information you need there. Because some people might confuse you on course of trying to, that I'm a validator, I can create account for you, all this kind of thing. So just be careful because investment, like I said, people just make use of not crypto. It's not that it is bad, but many people have given it bad name by telling you, give me money, I will trade for you. And when you give them money, they run away with your money and you label crypto a scam. It's not a scam. But the thing is that you don't understand how it is run. Shares also, it's not a scam. For most people, they bought shares. There are people that came here and they told me that they bought all these shares 20 years ago. They have not even earned anything. I told them, what is your CS account? They see that they created their account with a bank. This one, the bank is not even, bank is holding your money. Dangote has been paying dividend. I don't think maybe Dangote fails to pay dividend at least in a year that he forgot to pay dividend. So they are paying it directly to bank's account, which is not your account. You have to go to bank and rectify it and get your dividend. But most people, they are not taught. Bank did not teach people about shares. They just tell you to buy shares, but they did not teach any person. So they will be using your money. The same thing with pension fund. Many things that works in Nigeria say ordinary citizens don't know about it. Ordinary citizens don't know basic things that happen in this country because no person is willing to come and teach you anything. They're not willing to teach you anything. They're not interested in come and invest, come and invest, come and invest. That's the only thing they're interested in. So that's why we dedicate time to teach you how it works, how investment works, and everything you need to know. So you are going to share this video to your group. They go through it. If they ask question, I believe you can answer. I mean, most of the group. So if they ask question, you can answer with time. You will learn everything concerning it. So the challenge is still on for Fafcom and girls. We are still. So if more people are coming, you can drop this as the briefing for them to watch the briefing and understand how the business operates, everything concerning Fafcom. So in summary, let me just finalize everything concerning Fafcom. Like I said, Fafcom stands for Foodstuff Africa Community, and it operates on community shares, where you can buy a share of the community, which is Foodstuff Africa Community. And as people are buying foodstuff, transacting from supplier to distributor, from distributor to bulk buyers, from distributors to direct buyers, in that is direct customers, and people are performing all these transactions day by day, the platform, the community generates money. And when it generates money, it pushes the money to all the shareholders of that particular community, that is Fafcom. So if the community generates 500 naira, it will push it to the shareholders account, and you can claim that dividend every single day. That is how you earn dividend daily. Then another one is that because Fafcom is capturing different distributors across the country, if you have the shares, there are two ways you are going to earn. More than two ways. What I've explained capital gain, which means the value of the shares keeps increasing. You can sell the shares at a higher price, but that is not even an advice, because the dividend that will be coming within a year, you can earn more than what you have invested within a year, based on experience and based on the volume of transactions that are going on within the community. Then you will have virtual farming, where if you have that shares, if you have the shares, the Fafcom shares is called ZHC, is zero hunger coin. That's why I use this caption, zero hunger foods, that we are using here. Zero hunger coin, that is the name of the shares. When you buy that zero hunger coin, it's a symbol of ownership, it's a symbol of control, and is a symbol of financial abundance. You can read more about this in the Fafcom blog. In the blog, you read a lot of things concerning the zero hunger coin, the Fafcom, the shares, the virtual farming, and everything because you have the shares. So by having the shares, it gives you access to a lot of things and you understand the basics, how you earn money every single day by ownership of the Fafcom shares called Zero Hunger Coin. So, and if you want to create account, the process is for you to contact a validator. We can help you through our own agency, Zero Hunger Foods. We can help you. You can create account. We help you. You buy the shares and you claim your dividend every day. We also help you to participate in virtual farming, social capital, and a lot of things that are working properly in Fafcom. If you're a foodstuff supplier or a foodstuff distributor and you want to list your business, you can also contact us. We can help you as regards to listing your business and connecting to the world through Fafcom. It does not only operate in Nigeria, both in Ghana, currently also in Ghana and in Cameroon and some other parts of African countries. That's why it's called Foodstuff Africa Community. So that's just the basic things you need to know about Fafcom.